For 44 years, Distress Centre Niagara has been taking the calls of Niagara residents in distress or crisis, helping them get through some of the toughest moments of their lives.
Distress Centre Niagara is a 24-hour telephone crisis service. So we offer support to anyone in the Niagara region 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We never close, and anyone in the region is welcome to call free of charge for any issue. So we might have people calling with addictions issue, relationship issue. There's, of course, suicide prevention and intervention as a big part of our line.
Distress Centre Niagara officially began operating on October 3rd, 1970.
What we do for the community is we're that sort of 24-hour safety net that we can provide service, so we can do crisis intervention, suicide prevention and intervention, which in our community it's a big deal. It's a world health concern, suicide. So we definitely want to make sure that we're doing our part to help individuals in Niagara to overcome thoughts of suicide and help support people who are feeling that way, and what we can do to help them carry on to live a healthy lifestyle and empower people to make choices. So we're all about empowerment. We're not going to tell people what to do, we empower them.
People dealing with a crisis often perceive their situation as inescapable, dealing with feelings of despair and total loss of control.
When people are feeling at their worst or close to their worst, there is always someone who's going to respond at some point to that telephone call that they're going to make.
Amanda Rocket is a crisis worker who started off as a volunteer at Distress Centre Niagara in 2012.
In the process of going to school, I decided to explore some volunteer options. Stumbled across Distress Centre and started my volunteer experience, and it was incredible. So I decided to stay on and continue. Volunteers answer our 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week crisis line. They offer support to people throughout the Niagara region who may be struggling with feelings of loneliness, isolation, mental illness, or feelings of suicide and self-harm.
Distress Centre Niagara is fully funded by the United Way and community donations.
I think it's important to have a crisis line for members of our community, because it's a safe place for people to call when, they're struggling with their feelings of, like I said, isolation, loneliness, and mental illness. When they call in, they don't feel judged or stigmatized, and, they just feel like they're being heard and that they're supported by other members of the community.
Distress Centre Niagara is a free 24-hour confidential telephone crisis intervention support service available to anyone in the Niagara region. Contact them at 905-688-3711. For The Source, I'm Melissa Andrade.